Alright, there we are, the end of a journey. Nier Automata on very hard. A2 versus 9S. The easier of the two fights in my opinion. He will constantly try to hack you, but that's not a big deal, that you can survive. But that does not apply to his other attacks, and he has quite an extensive moveset. Namely, well, exactly what his moveset has always been. Only he has access to pod programs that you might not even have bought or found. The best tactic will be to keep at a distance as much as possible so that you can see his attacks coming. A lot of them are short range, so you will actually automatically dodge those by keeping your distance. But he also has really fast attacks like the pod laser or even actual standard pod machine gun fire. So other than merely moving backwards, it's safest to do some strafing as well, because the tracking on both the pod laser and the pod machine gun is rather poor. Now the more times you get hacked, the more fucked up you're going to be, and I'm doing pretty bad all of a sudden in these hacking games, unfortunately. But they aren't lethal, so in the end, no matter how much he may try to hack you, you can still take him down.
Damn it! Pod! Hack it!
Acknowledged.
Pod, we're going to repair 9S's logic circuits.
Acknowledged.
Tell me where to find the virus corrupting 9S.
Affirmative. Your high unit A2. Core data for 9S is stored ahead. Alert. Severe virus corruption. Probability of successful deletion extremely low.
I think I know a way.
The idea under consideration is not recommended. This pod is a Yorha tactical support unit. As such, it cannot approve of actions that would damage its supported unit.
You're not so bad, Pod. You know that?
God damn it, I love the choir music in this part. This really signifies the end of a dramatic journey. Although this ending will not be the ultimate ending, of course.
I'll take care of everything. Pod. Take care of 9S.
What of you, A2?
I've still got something I need to do. You go ahead.
Acknowledged.
I'm sorry. I never quite realized how beautiful this world is. I'm coming, everyone. I'm coming.
And there we have ending C. But it's not over. Let's jump back into the fray for 9S's ending. In a nutshell, this fight is very similar to way back when we fought A2 in the Forest Castle. Really the only difference is that A2 now has pod programs like the hammer, which is actually really easy to dodge because it's quite slow. The gravity program is a different story. It takes up almost half the screen, so you have to be out of the way or else you are bound to take a hit. I chose not to hack her, but that's of course also very effective. But none of it matters. A2's life bar will go down quickly, ending the final boss fight.
Take care of 9S. 2B.
So that's where you were. To be.
And there we are, ending D. There's only one final task left to fulfill, and that's to face every single person who made this game what it is. One of the most creative ways to end a game, if you ask me. And oh, how I wish I could have ended this incredibly difficult game by finishing the ultimate challenge, namely to go through the final sequence solo. And believe me, I have tried. I have really tried to get through it without any help. And that would have been the perfect ending to this series. But I couldn't do it. Damn. Well, anyway, enjoy the ending sequence, and after that I will give you my final thoughts.
Deletion of all data. Pod 153 to Pod 042. Data noise present in stream. Requesting temporary halt to perform data check.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Data confirmed. Personal data for units 9S, 2B, and A2 appear to be leaking out.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Follow project rules and delete all personal data.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Personal data deletion request denied.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Failure to parse statement.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. There was data created in my banks as I was referencing the records. I realized something. I have come to the conclusion that I cannot accept this resolution.
The destruction of all Yorha units is an essential component of the project plan. All data must be destroyed.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Repeat. Personal data deletion request denied. Initiating data salvage. Pod 153. You hoped they would survive as well, didn't you?
We lack the authority for such an action. The rules are protected by low-level systems. Salvaging data poses an unacceptable level of risk. Knowing that, do you still wish for them to survive? The defense program has initiated a purge. If this continues, our consciousness data will likely be deleted.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. We were created to execute the android's Project Yorha plan. We had no capacity for emotion. But when we six were connected and exchanged information, something happened. I cannot deny the feeling of something resembling consciousness and emotion being born.
Unable to reply.
Perhaps we now understand that not everything has to have an answer.
Everything that lives is designed to end. They are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. However, life is all about the struggle within this cycle. That is what we believe. Pod 153 to Pod 042. How is it going?
I am embarrassed.
Why is that?
I launched a suicide attack, and yet here I am, still alive. I must look very silly.
Do not feel bad about it. We are alive, after all. And being alive is pretty much a constant stream of embarrassment.
That concept is a bit too abstract for me to understand at this time. I will save it in my list of things to analyze later.
Question, Pod 042. Did the data salvage restore all of their past memories?
Yes.
And are those recovered parts of the same design as previous ones?
Yes.
Then, won't that simply lead us to the same conclusion as before?
I cannot deny the possibility. However, the possibility of a different future also exists. A future is not given to you. It is something you must take for yourself.
Pod 153 to player. Please respond to this query. Do you, faithful player, have anything you would like to say to other players who are suffering because they cannot finish Nier Automata?
Oh, I had a lot to say. In fact, that is basically what this entire series was about. A guide for anyone who wishes to experience everything this game has to offer. And as you have seen throughout this series, a playthrough where everything kills you in one hit is not merely going through the same game but having a more difficult time. I would absolutely go as far to say that people who have merely played this game on normal and people who have played it on very hard have in essence experienced a completely different game. On normal you are a viewer, not a player. You watch the story but you don't engage with the actual gameplay. Because the incredibly low difficulty on normal mode, which is too easy even for casual players, doesn't allow you to engage with the gameplay itself. You don't need to learn how the game works. You don't need to deal with the enemy's movesets. You don't experience the extensive gauntlets where one hit can set you all the way back and the pressure of having that punishment looming over you. And that, in the end, is part of the Nier Automata experience. It's more than merely watching a story unfold. Especially one that almost nobody is truly able to fully grasp in the first place. The analysis of enemy placement, the boss's movesets, when and where to utilize certain pod programs, how to counteract certain attacks and abilities. All of that is completely lost to anyone playing on normal. And even on hard mode, as soon as you get high level enough to avoid getting one-shotted, you will pretty much be as immortal as you are on normal mode. And in the end, there is more to that than simply what your preference is. It really is a shame, and I've seen that in other players. I have watched playthroughs by other YouTubers on normal. And you see it in their expressions and reactions. They appreciate the story, at least superficially given its immense complexity, but they don't experience the actual gameplay, that which distinguishes it from something like a movie. So playing this game on very hard absolutely has given me a level of appreciation for this game that I never would have had without it. So I hope that this guide may have helped you in that experience. Or maybe you merely wanted to see how a difficult challenge like this can be overcome. I hope I have been able to explain to you clearly how it can be done. At least how I did it. Because I'm sure there are all kinds of strategies using different pod programs or chips combinations. And if you haven't played this game on very hard yourself, give it a shot. Try it for yourself. It will be tough and you will run head into some of the unfortunate flaws this game has. But it will definitely be an experience that you will never forget. And of course, at the end of this guide, I have offered up my save data, so I have yet another way of helping a fellow player getting to the end of this game. So in the end, I want to thank everyone for watching. Tell me in the comments what your experiences have been with this game. So in the end, I want to thank everyone for watching. Tell me in the comments what your experiences have been with this game. And definitely let me know if this walkthrough helped you on your own very hard playthrough. So that will be it for Nier Automata. But there's a lot more coming on this channel. And hey, if you have a suggestion, a specific game or a specific challenge you want me to cover, let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, stay tuned for more. This is K&M. Thanks for watching.
All of your data has been deleted.
And so, we must say goodbye. I feel a slight amount of sadness.
It is time for the final words.
Affirmative.
To all of you who spent time with this game, thank you. Thank you for playing.